The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine reports the destruction of the command post of the Russian Rubicon UAV unit and a large ammunition depot belonging to the occupiers in the Donetsk region. Meanwhile, naval forces struck the base of enemy forepost drones in occupied Crimea. Ukrainian forces have also liberated most of the village of Tovsta in the Donetsk region. It was brought back under Ukrainian control thanks to the coordinated actions of the 5th Separate Heavy Mechanized Brigade. This was reported by the Dnipro Operational Strategic Group of Troops. And our defenders from the Laser Unit, which is part of the 27th Pechersk Brigade of the National Guard, turned $40 million worth of Russian equipment into scrap metal. That is the estimated value of the enemy's S-300V anti-aircraft missile system. The National Guard reports that the system was hit by a drone 30 kilometers from the front line. Its destruction undermined the enemy's ability to protect their positions and equipment from our forces' strikes. At the same time, the Russians are making gains in the area of the Serebryansky forestry, according to deep state analysts. According to the General Staff, there were 157 battles along the entire front line over the past day. In the Pokrovsk direction, our defenders repelled 43 assault actions by the aggressor. A double strike by unmanned systems forces has hit the Unecha oil pumping station for the second time this month. It is located in Russia's Bryansk region near the Russian-Belarusian border, and this facility is the largest hub in the Druzhba oil pipeline network. It belongs to the Transnefteproduct holding and is involved in the military-industrial complex of the aggressor country. Additionally, Russia uses this pipeline to pump oil to Hungary, and the local foreign minister, Péter Szijjártó, is already complaining that with such strikes, Kyiv is allegedly trying to drag Budapest into the war.
A precise strike. Railway connections in the occupied part of Zaporizhzhia region have been damaged. Spectacular footage of a swarm of FPV drones ramming a train carrying fuel was published by the Ronin Strike drone platoon of the 65th Brigade. This happened in the area between Eurozane and Tokmak. After the railway was blown up, the train derailed and was finished off with everything that could fly. In these shots, you can see that Russian military logistics have suffered serious damage. As the defenders from the unit that carried out this attack write, such success was made possible thanks to your donations for FPV.
13 people were injured in Russia's Rostov, 2 of them in serious condition. An unknown drone crashed into one of the city's apartment buildings. This was reported by the local authorities. Numerous videos have already appeared online showing a drone wandering in the sky between apartment buildings in broad daylight. It was likely affected by electronic warfare. Frightened eyewitnesses living in the city center filmed the drone's flight and explosion on their mobile phones. The video shows the device crashing into the upper floor of a residential building. The glow and thick smoke can be seen from different parts of the city. The regional governor reports 13 injured. There is also damage in neighboring apartment buildings. Volgograd is still smoking as well. Drones reached the local oil refinery at night, and this is not the first time. In the middle of the night, flames engulfed the Lukoil Volgograd oil refinery, where explosions had previously occurred, resulting in a fuel leak, as confirmed by the regional governor. This refinery is the largest producer of petroleum products in the southern federal district of Russia. Its capacity is about 15 million tons. That's why drones attack the facility regularly. This is the 5th attack in the past 2 years and the 2nd just this week. However, successful strikes on Russian military-industrial facilities and oil pipelines in particular have already drawn criticism from Hungary. The local foreign minister expressed outrage on Facebook and distanced himself from the war in Ukraine.
We strongly urge Ukraine not to endanger Hungary's energy supply and to stop attacking the routes that deliver energy to Hungary in a war with which we have nothing to do.
There were strikes last night in Russia as well. Good drones hit a Russian oil refinery in Volgograd, and this isn't the first time. A government building in Belgorod was also struck. This was reported by the local authorities. In the middle of the night, flames engulfed the Lukoil Volgograd oil refinery, where explosions had previously occurred, resulting in a fuel leak, as confirmed by the regional governor. This refinery is the largest producer of petroleum products in Russia's southern federal district. Its capacity is about 15 million tons. That's why good drones have attacked the facility 5 times in the past 2 years, and twice just this week. However, these successful assaults on Russian military-industrial facilities and oil pipelines, in particular, have already drawn criticism from Hungary. The local foreign minister expressed his outrage on his Facebook page and distanced himself from the war in Ukraine.
We strongly and unequivocally urge Ukraine not to endanger Hungary's vital energy supply and to immediately stop attacking the crucial routes that deliver essential energy resources to Hungary in a war with which we genuinely have absolutely nothing to do.
They stopped the Druzhba oil pipeline, which was delivering Russian oil to Europe. The legendary 14th Regiment of Unmanned Systems invites those interested to join. It was their drones that struck the Nikolsky station in the Tambov region and halted the pumping for an indefinite period. The 14th Separate Regiment of Unmanned Aerial Complexes has already hit more than 170 strategic targets and inflicted losses on the enemy worth tens of billions of dollars. TSN correspondent Ol Pavlovska will tell us more.
This is how they destroy enemy Buk, Strela, Tor air defense systems, or the occupiers' armored vehicles. To ensure the most effective use of unmanned systems, experienced pilots train the newcomers in the unit.
Plus.
And this is how they launched the Darts kamikaze UAV during training.
Plus.
It is capable of destroying enemy supply routes, fortifications, and other targets. To make sure it hits the occupiers accurately, the pilots share their own experience. Moments of its use in different weather conditions, during strong gusts of wind, when there is no wind, or when the wind is favorable. We try to pay as much attention as possible to every little detail that could interfere with combat operations. At the controls is a fighter with the call sign Kamionets. He has been with the unit since April. He says he transferred here because he wanted to develop specifically in working with unmanned systems.
We spend a lot of time on flight operations, and then we always have the opportunity to, take a break for training or to improve our skills. It's much more enjoyable for us to work here with this.
For the first time, he's taking on the role of instructor for his comrades. Franz volunteered for the military right after the full-scale invasion. He has been operating unmanned systems on the front line for 2 years now and knows everything about them.
We worked in areas with high enemy activity, repelling assaults every day and night. There were times when they just kept coming, working nonstop.
Luffy transferred to the regiment from another unit on the advice of his comrades. Now he's honing his skills. The main thing you need is to keep learning, to keep improving yourself, and your team gets better too as you work together. Here, people are treated with real respect. I'd say it's a people-centered unit, focused on the future. Recruitment for the 14th Unmanned Aviation Complex Regiment is ongoing in 3 categories. They're inviting operators, technicians, decoders, and other specialists to join the combat units. The support unit needs accountants, medics, clerks, and warehouse managers. The 3rd category is engineering and technical positions, explains the head of the recruitment unit.
That's probably our main difference compared to other units. Every one of our combat operations is a constant technological challenge, a constant push for technological progress. And it's precisely the engineering and technical unit that gives us the edge on the battlefield.
So I invite qualified and motivated men and women to join the service. You can view job openings, fill out an application, or get a consultation on the website of the 14th Separate Regiment of Unmanned Aviation Complexes. Ol Pavlovska, Alexander Kulish, Dnipropetrovsk region, TSN 1+1.